the success of this maneuver depends on complete surprise. You get leverage from the front and the back. And when you do these exercises, do them all out. No half speed, huh? Relax for a minute. Relax.
Major?
Charlie? Thought you were going to bring the deputy.
He's right behind me.
Oh, I'm glad you were getting him to come along.
Well, he's anxious to meet you, too. How's it coming?
Coming along. Fred, Marty, why don't you take off? I'll see you Saturday.
Sure enough, Major. See you then.
Major, this is Dave Willett. Major Stan.
Hello, Major. I've heard a lot about you.
Don't you believe a word of it. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Well, how about it, Major?
Well, what do you think? It's not strictly regulation, but it's more than a mock-up.
An obstacle course?
This will do to my aching back.
Your bulging middle. We'll get rid of it, Charlie.
Just a place for you and your friends to work out, huh?
Something like that.
Sort of a home away from home for us married men.
It's non-operative. Just for practice. No firing mechanism. Did you ever use one of these, Mr. Willett?
No.
Weren't you in the service?
Well, I served my time. The closest I ever got to combat was, well, a place like this.
You seem to be in pretty good shape. You played some football, didn't you?
Hey, he's the best quarterback this town ever produced. Made honorable mention, Coast Conference.
Oh, Charlie, that was a long time ago.
Gentlemen, I want to tell you something. I'm older than both of you, but I think I'm in better shape. It's a fact, and I'm proud of it. Stay fit, physically and mentally. Charlie knows how I feel about that.
No, you're right, Major. That's the trouble with us. Soft.
Trouble with America. Pudgy bellies, pudgy minds. Well, what do you think, Willett?
Think of what?
Are we ready to be buried, or are we still men?
Well, one thing I know for sure, I'm not the quarterback I used to be.
Well, at least you admit it. So does Charlie here. That's why we built this course.
You sound like a regular, Major. How is it you didn't stay in the Army?
That's not important. The important thing is, are we carrying on the job here as civilians? Will we be ready?
For what?
Trouble. Right here in this country.
Well, we have police forces and an army for things like that, Major. It's best left up to professionals, don't you think?
You're right, of course. One of the reasons I wanted you to stop by to see what we were doing here. And I want you to feel welcome to come by and work out with us anytime you want.
Dave, you could fill the kids in on what's happening here. Now, they need this kind of training. Discipline. Toughen them up.
Well, I wouldn't worry about the kids, Charlie. You've seen our team this season. It's undefeated.
Football tough. But do they have the deep drive and the desire that has to go with that muscle? Mr. Willett, my father took me to Germany before the war, and I saw those youth movement kids, and they were hard. I mean hard.
As I remember, we managed to win the war.
Took half the world to do it. No, they were fighting for something, Mr. Willett. Their fatherland. I wonder if your football players are fighting for their country or just Cedar Bay.
I don't follow you, Major.
Well, what the Major means...
No, Charlie. Charlie, no. Trouble is, I get started, I get on my soapbox. Charlie has stopped pushing me again to run for Congress. Well, what do you say, Mr. Willett? Want to give it a try right now?
Wearing the wrong uniform, Major. But you know how it is. Regulations?
Charlie?
Hey, yeah, well, I was afraid you were going to say that. Well, I suppose this is as bad a time as any. You know my next of kin, Dave.
Come on, let's go.
Charlie, over the water. Come on, let's go. Up the rope, Charlie. Come on, up.
Hey,
Come on, Charlie. Come on, Charlie. What's happening?
boy,
Put
Charlie.
some muscle in it, Charlie.
Hey,
Up,
Charlie,
up,
what's
boy.
up?
Get up the
Hey,
rope.
what
Come
are
on.
you doing?
Hey, Charlie.
What are you doing, Charlie?
Come on, Charlie. Up the rope.
All right, kids. Go about your business. I said take it up. Now. Clear out. That's all.
Major, let me have
This isn't a police matter. It's a matter of respect. You, son. What's your name?
Huh?
Oh, you can talk. You were just making enough noise. What's your name?
George Washington.
What was that?
John Lillis.
And you?
Denny Wentworth.
You?
Victor Palchek.
Speak up, son. I can't hear you.
Palchek. Victor Palchek.
Palchek. And you?
You know me, Mr. Stanton.
Major Stanton.
My father's an officer. I don't go around calling him Lieutenant. You're Mr. to me.
Major Stanton, and don't you forget it.
Come on, Eddie, let's go.
Eddie. Yes, I think I do know you. It's Riccio, isn't it?
Riccio.
Riccio. You're Italian, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm Italian. Well, I'm American. I was born right here in Cedar Bay, same as you.
Your father's the janitor at the high school. I beg your pardon. The custodian. Well, this explains a lot. Riccio? Palchek. Now, we're going to have to do something about your kind of people, son.
You know, it's only your kind of people who'd make a crack like that, Major.
I'd like to have you in my outfit for 5 minutes. I'd straighten you out in a hurry.
I'd hate to go into action with you. That'd be a great way to get my head blown off.
You get out of here. Now.
Eddie, I think you'd better leave.
And stay away from this area. That's an order.
Yes, sir. Mr. Stanton.
Come on, let's get out of here.
It's like you, man.
There was no need to interfere. I know how to handle his kind.
His kind?
You've been away a long time, Mr. Willard. The town has become infested with certain undesirable elements, and it's up to people like us to eliminate them. You get my meaning?
Not really.
Well, I'm talking about America. And it's up to people like us to keep it American. Now, you're a law enforcement officer. It's your job to see to...
My job is to enforce the law, Major. So that's your Major Stanton.
Oh, look, Dave, don't get the wrong idea about this. You heard what Eddie said to him.
I heard what he said to Eddie.
Dave, he went through hell in Korea. You should see the collection of medals he's got. Well, the Major's a great soldier and a great American. You and I should be half as good.
Maybe so, Charlie. But to me, he sounds like a guy who has bad dreams.
Half a dozen workouts, you won't feel a thing, Fred.
I'll be ready.
Good. Say, the reason I called, probably just a rumor, but might be worth looking into. The janitor over at the high school, his name is
Riccio.
That's right, Riccio. Yeah, well, there's been some talk, some complaints about it.
Like what, Major?
Well, the usual thing, sloppiness, what you'd expect from people of his kind. Well, actually, Peggy mentioned it to me. Yeah, somebody told her. You know how the girls are.
Might be worth looking into. Probably turned out he was a socialist or worse.
Do you know anything about his background, Fred?
I know he was in the war in Korea.
A lot of commies were in the war in Korea, Fred.
Well, Major, I appreciate your letting me know about this.
Don't thank me. This is my town, too. I want it kept clean. See you up at the cabin.
Sure thing.
All right, goodbye, Fred. Hi, darling. Good hunting?
Will, what was that all about?
Oh, you heard. They're everywhere.
The enemy?
Yes, Fred Whiting didn't even know about it. What's he on the school board for? Right under his nose.
Why did you tell them I told you about this man?
Well, I didn't think you'd mind. Information's more effective coming from you, Peggy.
I'm sorry.
No. If you don't understand the significance of the necessity for my work, fine, but don't question it.
Come on now, let's look alive.
Hey, Dave!
How you doing, Charlie?
Good, Dave. Look, I've been meaning to speak to you, you know, about what happened with the Major.
Oh, well,
Well, he feels pretty bad about it.
I don't blame him for feeling bad about it.
Oh, look, Dave, he's all right. He just blew his top, that's all. But he's sorry about it.
Hey, look at that pass.
Yeah. Look, maybe if you could talk to the boys, get them to go to the Major and apologize.
You mean Eddie?
Well, all of them. Yeah, Eddie most of all. Look, Dave, he never had any kids. He doesn't know how to handle them. But he likes kids. He wants to help them. Give him a break.
Well, I'll see what I can do about it, Charlie.
Good boy. Hey, Dave. How are the boys shaping up?
Well, if workouts could win games, we'd have it made. I'll see you later, Charlie. How's that play feel, Eddie?
That's good play. Dave, can I talk to you a second?
Yeah,
I saw you talking to Charlie Morrissey.
that's right.
Look, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about what happened yesterday at Stanton's.
Oh, there's nothing to talk about, Eddie.
Boy, he burned me up.
Well, you kind of had it coming to you. He didn't like you needling him like that.
Did you hear the way he talked to me? Riccio, Palchak. He uses our names like they were dirty words.
Well, Charlie says he had a tough time in Korea.
So did my old man, but he doesn't go around making a federal case out of it. Oh, no, Dave, I don't need any broken-down tin soldier telling me
No, take it easy.
Stanton's a loud-mouthed phony living off his wife's money, and this whole town knows it.
Look, I'm not saying he was right. Maybe if he just went over to his place and talked with him, might help a little bit. After all, he did offer to let you guys use his obstacle course. Work out on it.
Are you kidding? Do you know what he wanted last year? He wanted to take the juniors and seniors on 10-mile hikes with 20-pound packs. What he wants is recruits for that committee of his, the United States Vigilance Committee.
Is what?
Yeah. He's been trying to start his own little army right here in Cedar Bay.
Okay, you forget about being a soldier. Be a football player, huh?
Well, that's a vote of confidence.
Do you suffer from after-game blues, post-game depression?
It's our libido, Major. Well, tell us more.
Achtung, the head stinker speaks. Well, you see, it's this way. There is the ego bone and the id bone.
Oh, here we go.
Get it.
Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Hello, what are you?
I'm a lady. I'm a hobo.
And very nice, too. Here you are, children.
Thank you.
Hi, you're entirely welcome, little girl. That's enough, son. Night. What is this?
That's a real me.
Is it? Take good care of it.
So is this.
Aha. Good night.
Bye.
You'd think we were the only house in the neighborhood. How long does this go on?
Oh, it won't be much longer. Oh, it's after 8. We'd better get ready to go. The party starts at 9. Anyway, I think it's fun we get so many of them at Halloween.
Many what?
Children. Trick-or-treating.
Halloween is just an excuse for vandalism, Peggy.
Oh, some of the older ones get a little wild. But sometimes I wish we'd been able to have our own.
Peggy, quite an article here on the nip raids in Guadalcanal. Tell us all about Colonel Nettleton. You remember him, don't you?
Was he the one we met in Tokyo at the general's party?
No, that was Colonel Nelson. Haven't forgotten him, have you?
Will, please.
Yeah. The artistic Colonel Nelson. Heroic Special Services officer. What was his job? Procuring talent for GI shows, wasn't it? You really liked him, didn't you, Peggy?
I love you, Will. I'm sorry.
Please, don't always be sorry.
I mean, I'm sorry I don't remember Colonel Nettleton.
Doesn't matter, really. He was just my commanding officer in Korea.
Home? Well, yeah, but
Forget it, then. Listen, I've got an idea. Why don't we go to the movies and neck?
Oh, John, don't be so juvenile.
Is that the same as being delinquent?
Hey, and what we need is a little excitement, right? Need a little excitement.
That's right. If the tension's built up and there is no release.
No. Now listen. Trick or treaty, candy bar, we blow up the street.
Hey, we'll get some eggs.
And tomatoes.
And paint. Green paint. I got a gallon in my garage. Hey, look what I got left over from the 4th.
I don't like fire. Well, I think it's juvenile and I want to stay.
Then stay.
Yeah, stay.
Come on,
Hey, wait a minute. You're not going to leave us here. All right, what are we supposed to do? I think this is juvenile. What is that for? I can't believe he said we didn't want to go. That's all. Play with him with it.
I'm ready, dear. Will? Will,
Oh, Peggy.
it's after 9.
Oh, Peggy, I'm sorry, but I won't be able to go with you.
Won't be able.
No, I've got too much to do. I've got to make phone calls. We've got a meeting on Saturday. I just can't.
It can't wait.
Peggy.
I'm sure the Franklins will understand. I'll make our excuses.
I want you to go without me.
But I won't enjoy it without you.
Ridiculous. I want you to go without me. Besides, I wouldn't be able to get any work done with you in that dress around the house.
Will, is anything wrong?
Why must something always be wrong, Peggy? I want to work. I want to be alone. I will not be policed.
I'm sorry.
I know.
You know where the candies are. I don't think there will be any more children, but just in case.
All right, dear. Have a good time.
Thank you, dear. In case you change your
I'll be
mind.
right over. Good night, Peggy.
Good night.
Yes, Mrs. Sauber, we'll take care of it. We've got 3 units out now. Yeah, thank you for calling.
Same thing?
Yeah, Mrs. Sauber. Duzell Road. She says they messed up the whole front of her house. Eggs, tomatoes, paint. 4 kids in a red convertible. Boy, I'd like to just take them and rub their little faces.
No, Rick, take it easy. Or I'll have to remind you that you were that young not very long ago yourself.
Yeah, I suppose they are pretty high. Winning that game must have worked like a loco weed on them. You know, this is the 5th call I've had in a half hour.
Well, let's cool them off. Enough's enough.
Please, you guys, cut.
Soldier! That's an order! Halt, soldier! Or I'll shoot! Ricky. So you
Come on now, Major Stan. We're just trying to have
You did
fun.
this. You did this, huh?
Hey, put that thing away, would you?
Get in the house. Now.
Hey, you
No.
gotta be kidding, would you? Major Stan, we're just trying to...
Richie. Ricky, well, you're in quite a spot, aren't you, son? Let me tell you what's going to happen here. I'll teach you a lesson. And you better learn it because your life may depend on it. Yep, I had a feeling just the way I used to have in combat. I always knew when they were coming. And after that first time, I knew you boys would make another attempt. You and your kind always underestimate your superiors. In wartime, that can be a fatal mistake. You're really not overly bright, Ricky, oh? Well, I've been waiting for something like this for a long time. Now, we're going to start with a little interrogation. All I want is names. Who was with you? Same boys as last time? Lillis? Wentworth? Your buddy Palachek?
Doesn't matter who's with me.
Oh, the code of the gutter, huh? Well, don't worry. You'll tell me who they were.
Say, are you gonna call the cops?
Willett? Oh, he's brainwashed. He's an educated cop. He thinks that boys underage can do no wrong. Let them mallinger, let them commit murder. They're underage. That's the way you figure it, isn't it? You're underage, so you can commit murder and get away with it.
No, I don't think that, Major. I just...
Sir.
Sir.
We're in a state of war, you know, Riccio. Right this second, right now. Not everybody knows it, but we are. And there's nobody underage in wartime. You can die just as easily as I can. You're not immortal. Stand up straight. Stand up straight! Get your arms at your side. Stand up straight and put your arms at your sides. Now, get your heels together. All right, now hold that. All right, now, we'll start over again. Who was in this with you?
We've had it now.
Play it cool. We were just out for a drive.
Hi, Dave. The Iron Man. Your fans ought to see you now.
Well, what do you mean?
Oh, come on now. You talking to me?
Gee, Dave, we were...
Oh, gee, gosh, golly, Dave. Oh, poor innocent little boys. Some mess you made.
Us?
Your car was identified by 3 parties. Vandalism's a charge.
Well, we didn't do anything, Dave. Honest, we were just out for a drive.
Midnight supper? All right, Danny, drive back to the station.
All right.
I'll be right behind.
Look, this is really nuts.
I mean, okay, I'm sorry I wrecked your backyard and I'll pay for the damage, but I'm not gonna stay here all night.
Get back. Get back.
Drop dead. You're not gonna use that.
I've killed men, Riccio. Men. That's what you do in war. You kill men.
You're not scaring me.
Not bluffing? Get back. Get up.
Mister, you're just right. I'm gonna remember that.
Major!
You're nuts. You know that you're really
Well,
nuts.
if I am, you're taking quite a chance, aren't you? Now turn around. Turn around. Make your shoulders up. Up. Back there. You're really hardcore stuff, aren't you? Huh?
Major, I swear it was a dumb thing to do. I'm sorry.
I'm a little harder than you are, Riccio. Now, someone tell you to do this? Huh?
No.
There's an element in this town that
No.
me, Riccio. Oh, yes, the teachers. Teachers over at the high school. They're afraid of me because I'm one of their ideas. They tell you to do this?
There was nobody else. It was just me and the other guys.
Oh, the same guys as last time.
Yeah, that's all, honestly.
Willis, Wentworth, and Pelichek.
Yeah.
It's just like I've always said. Just like I've always said. You put a little pressure on your kind, show them a little cold steel, and they crack up every time. Now turn around. Turn around here. Turn around, and I want you to listen to me. In combat, you can't afford to crack up, do you hear me? You've got to be strong. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to see things through. I remember in Korea, there were green kids just like you, and they cracked up. And it was their fault because they didn't have any backbone. I want to help you, Riccio. I'm going to help you.
Fun's fun, fellas, but you overdid it tonight.
Now, what's the sense in lying? You four are always together. Where is Eddie?
He didn't feel good. He went home.
He didn't. I called his father. He was with you, wasn't he?
No, sir. Not Eddie.
You just won't talk, will you? Well, if you weren't out picking tomatoes tonight, where were you?
Just for a drive, Dave.
You can call me deputy. And get this. You all know better than to pull a stunt like this. Halloween or winning the game is no excuse for what you did. Not at your age or any other. Now, are you gonna tell me what happened? Or don't you have the guts?
Do you believe in law? I mean, do you believe in obeying the law? Do you?
Yeah.
Something we all have to learn, isn't that right? It starts with our parents. My father. My father, he was the law. And later on, there were other restrictions. They're all good. They're all good, Riccio. They're all good. Man can't live without laws. There'd be no society without laws, right? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you?
Yeah, I guess I know.
Good. Well, it's the same way with the Army. The Army's built on laws. When you're in the Army, you have to obey the Army's laws. You have to obey me. I'm the major. I'm the commanding officer. I'm the law. Now, you understand that? Somebody has to lead. You understand that, don't you?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Now, where did you get those grenades?
They were firecrackers. Cherry bombs. I saved them from last July.
I saw a man blown up one time by a grenade. Bounced twice, hit him in the knee. Blown to bits.
I'm sorry, Major. Major, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I messed up your backyard. I'll come here tomorrow. I promise you myself. I'll fix it up for you.
Don't ever get married, Riccio. A woman wants to smother you. They all do. It's my wife. She's worried about me. She's always worried about something. Now she'll come home so she can tell me that she's worried. Come on.
Where?
We're going somewhere where we won't be interrupted.
That's kidnapping, Major. You can't do
Oh,
that.
I like that. A
You
good,
don't want to do a thing like
precise,
that.
legal mind. Come on, come on, come on. Move. You want me to work you over some more? Move.
I'm sick, Major. I'm sick.
Right there. Now, you could very well be a prowler. I have a perfect right to use this. Come on, son. Come on. That's it, boy. That's it.
And then we went over to the Sober's house, and, well, I guess we messed it up a little. You know, eggs, tomatoes, a little paint on the garbage can.
Sheriff's Department.
May I Deputy Willett. This is Mrs. Stanton.
Yes, ma'am, just a minute. Dave, Mrs. Stanton.
Yes, Mrs. Stanton.
I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm terribly worried. Somebody's been in our backyard. There's paint and garbage. It's awful. It's just a mess. I just got in, and I don't know where the Major is.
All right, Mrs. Stanton, I'll be right over.
Thank you.
Now, give it to me straight, fellas. You were at the Major's tonight? Were you?
Yeah.
Eddie, too? You could have told me that before. Rick, will you call Mrs. Stanton and find out if the Major took his car? If he did, put a call out on it. All right, fellas, you can take off. I'll take it up with you and your parents tomorrow.
Ever do any hunting, Riccio?
No. Oh, yes. Once with a 22.
You know these hills?
Yeah, I've hiked them some.
Man could hold these mountains with a small force. Say, battalion size. Won't you be going into the service soon?
Yeah, I'm going in right after I finish school.
Good, good. Make a man out of you. Teach you something that no school can teach you. Responsibility. Yes, you'll learn responsibility and respect.
And when I came home, there was this mess in the backyard, and Will was gone.
Eddie Riccio was one of the boys involved, and he's gone too, Charlie.
Riccio. Is his father...
The school custodian, why?
Well, there's something else. One of his guns is missing. Oh, please find him. I'm afraid he might hurt someone.
Mrs. Stanton, isn't there any place your husband might be?
I think I know, Dave.
Let's go, Charlie.
I've never been up here at night before. We don't even know if he's up here.
Don't even know for sure that Stanton grabbed Eddie.
Talking like a couple of dumb football players. If Stanton didn't grab him, then where is he?
Well, wherever he is, he should have been back by now.
Well, we sure messed up his place a lot.
Stanton wouldn't try any rough stuff, would he?
Eddie's always saying Stanton's a kook. Maybe he finally flipped.
Yes, that's the trouble, son. None of you kids have any respect for authority these days.
Respect?
You think the Army's a waste of time.
No, sir.
Respect for uniform, patriotism, squared. Isn't that your word for it? You scratch your bellies when it's time to stand up and sing the Star Spangled Banner.
No, sir.
I'm telling you, I know your kind. Think it's funny for a man like me to try and stay in shape? You know how many medals I won in Korea? 6. You count them. You know why I won them? Do you?
Bravery, I guess.
I wasn't afraid. I was strong. Like the flag. Strong, something to fight for. That's how I won my medals. It wasn't easy. Because of kids like you with no respect, no discipline. I had boys just your age in my outfit in Korea. But you wouldn't know like Korea.
My father was in Korea.
Oh, was he? You ever say anything about me?
No, he never talks about the war at all.
Well, he's just like all the rest. He wasn't interested. Soft. If I had to lead men like that. Most men live in fear, but I've trained myself all my life. I don't recognize fear because it's all up here. You've either got it or you haven't got it, and you're scared right now, aren't you, Riccio?
Yes, sir.
And you respect me, don't you? I said you respect me.
Yeah, okay, I respect it.
Right. You don't respect anything or anybody. Now, you make jokes about me, I know that. Now, what do they say about me? Huh? What do they say about me?
What are you talking about?
Expected me to win a war with kids like you. We could have done it. We could have done it, except for kids like you. I could be where I started, eh? But they said it was my fault. My fault. Those idiots at headquarters, they said, hold your position, hold your position. Well, you don't win wars by holding your position. You win wars by attacking, by moving out. We could have done it. If it hadn't been for kids like you. Soft, you cracked. Half my company wiped out. My company! And they said it was my fault. My fault. It was so simple. All we had to do was take the hill. That's all. Sure, it was going to be tough. Sure, they were going to drop in mortar fire. We didn't have to panic. We didn't have to run. It was so simple, so simple. Just take the hill. Let me show you. Let me show you. Yes, here it is. Here it is, see? This hill right here. If we take that hill, we've got them trapped. It's as simple as that. As simple. I know Colonel Littleton says we're gonna lose too many men. But it's not the way you win wars. You can't worry about how many men you're gonna lose. You've got to attack, 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 attack. Now, the first platoon will come in here on the left. They'll have BAR cover. No, we can't wait for artillery. The first platoon will take the pillbox, and Mason's platoon will move in. I don't care what Colonel Littleton says. We are going in. Soldier, don't panic. Don't panic. No, we've got to advance. Don't panic. Wait. Hold it, soldier. Come back, soldier. Come back. You're deserting. Take that hill. Now move on. Move on. We can do it. Don't panic. We can take these commies. Don't panic, son. We can take these commies. Halt!
soldier. Answer me!
Over here, Major! Here, Major, here! Major, stand over here! Over here, Major! This way, Major, here! Here, Major! Here, Major! Over here, Major! This way, Major, here! Here, Major! Here, Major! Over here, Major! Here, Major! Here! Over here, Major! Here, Major! Here! Here, Major, stand! Here! 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 Here, Major! Here! Here, Major!
Don't you?
Here, Major!
No.
Here, Major!
No, stop.
Major,
Stop.
here!
Stop. Stop.
Here!
Eddie, you all right?
Eddie, all right. Eddie, are you all right?
It was Korea. He told me about it. Half his company was killed, and he thought it was their own fault because they were young and green and hadn't been under fire before. Soft was the way he put it. And he kept blaming them over and over. But I guess he was really blaming himself.
Major. Major, it's all right. It's me. It's Charlie.
I guess his bad dreams finally caught up with him.
It's all right, Major. You're all right. You're all right, Major. Now, come with me. Come with Charlie.